Okay, for today's project I have this Cymbal AAX 16-inch Stage Crash that I put this massive hole in, probably a decade ago, and I've just been hanging on to it. Sometimes I practice on it because it's, obviously you can't play or record with it. But basically, what I've got going here is I've got a normal cymbal stand with the cymbal on it that I can rotate, and obviously because it's confined to the center, it should go in relatively close to a perfect circle. Then I've got a Dremel tool with a cutting disc on it clamped to my bench so that I can basically rotate this thing around past the cutting tool and trim off this cymbal. Basically, get a focus here. You can see my line is just inside the last crack. Once I cut this off, it should leave me with about 9 inches, if you can see that there, of cymbal left, which I'm going to try to make into either a mini hi-hat or a splash cymbal, depending on how it sounds when it comes out. Here's the result after I've cut it. We take all this material off, and we're left with this little relatively round piece. Sanded it down a little bit just to get rid of the burrs. Obviously it's not as precise of a cut as that water cutter was on the china that I did, but let's see what we got. So very bell-like and dingy. I think maybe this would be okay as like a hi-hat. Let's see what we can do. As luck would have it, here are all the cymbals in this size range that I own. I've got a 12, a 10, the 9-ish that I just cut, and this sort of 8-inch. So I'm going to have to sort of make a slightly mismatched pair with this splash cymbal here. We'll see if it works. Okay, so after playing with a few combinations, I came up with that the 10-inch AA Splash on the bottom and this cut down AAX Stage Crash on the top, even though they're obviously slightly not the same size, is the best mini hi-hat that I could come up with out of that stack of cymbals. The reason I picked this is you can compare the bottom here to the bottom of this actual Cymbal set of cymbals. Right, and then the top here to the top here. Oh, and I should mention, I put my bottoms on the top. So anyway, in sort of comparatively, the thinness and thickness here makes a good set, even though most people would play them, the opposite way with this on the bottom. But it doesn't sound great, but that's the best use for it. So what I'm going to have to do is cut another cymbal more exactly like this size so I can get a real pair of cymbals out of it. So we'll just check out the sound. Mini set, regular set. Not too bad.